Yeah, no, because I was playing with the camera just because, like, I realized that I had all this extra space behind me, and I was like, no, let's try and crop it a bit more. It is the dagger of Amon that I see before me. Yeah, what's that called? Because I got a stand for holding a frame for embroidery, and then didn't come with any instructions, so I had to put that together myself. Um, and then suddenly went, oh, my embroidery frame that I've been using for this embroidery doesn't actually fit on it. It's a bit too big. It was supposed to be expandable. Bah. So I've just got one side in, and now I have to re-put the brace on the bottom, and I tried to just clip it in place, and I was just like, yeah, not happening right now. I'll deal with that afterwards. Because I want to do some embroidery streams. Although I don't think I will use an Ada, which is the canvas cloth. So big. Because I think with it being this big, also the frame I have is quite big, so, and like, this is the thing, like, I think I've got another embroidery thing here. That was something more like it's actually expecting. Come on, let it free! Let it free! Yeah. This is like a really chunky plastic tube. Where I was kind of like, I was not expecting a frame to be like that. When, do I have one of the small ones here? Usually, like, you get like these tiny, like, pre-made bamboo rings. Wow. Focus, please. But they're only like this thick. So I'm like, this is chunky tube. And part of the reason why I needed the stand was because I found that with my hand grip the way it is, holding onto this to do embroidery just hurts my hand at the end of the day. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. Anyway, let's get back to Dagger of Amon-Ra. No. I hit... This is not what I hit. You know that's not what I hit. Oh, damn it. I hit the thing to load a game, and it thought I hit the thing. Okay, we're all good. We're all good.
Laura Bain.
You know, Laura Bowser.
I'm
Yeah. You've reverted back to your original self. That's fine, but we want to go back to 3 dead, so many to go. Really, 3 more to go. Why do I look like I've got no light on this side? Oh, it's because this is turned. That's better. Okay, so I'm just trying to think who was the last person to die. So, Whartney's dead. I don't think anyone's in your vet's office at the moment, but we'll have a listen. No one's in there. I think probably the best place for us to go next is, it's been a while. Let's go down into Ernie's room, assuming no one's there. If someone is there, then we get to see some things. So since last week, I've gone through the Colonel's Bequest scripts, and what was I going to say about the walking? The walking's done quite interestingly, in the sense that it is set, like, so the moment, like, certain acts start, it starts the scripts, and then, like, the script, so in each room, it's just, like, checking as it, like, you know, on the game thing, just being like, once it started, it reaches a certain timer, and then, oh, hello, Daisy. I don't think I have anything for you yet. So yeah, it starts a timer, and then, it goes around. And then once that ends, it moves them to the next room, but it checks which room they're currently in. And then make sure it doesn't go to the same one. Excellent. Let's pick up some things. Oh, the intercom crackles and you hear...
Annie, it's Olympia.
Oh, it's just a new vet's voice.
The release jam in number 13 seems to be jammed. Have a look at it when you can.
And this is a snake catching hook. We will need that later for when the countess is dead. Oh, why am I looking over there? It's right here. Is that frame correct? It just looks a bit... No, that is correct. So here's the bottom there and the bottom there. Yeah. Hello, Alkea. Again, I'm gonna try and not look at that other screen. I'm gonna try and look at this front one. Oh, you are lovely people on. Are we Wilberware? Oh yes, some pliers. Very important pliers. You pick it up and put it in your purse. Now, she said number 13, which from memory is this one over here. Vet number 13. Oh, we don't have the stick. Where's the stick? Is the stick already just part of it? I think it's one of those things I always feel like I need to find the stick and then it's like, no, the stick's right here. Ooh, interesting little climbing jingle. Yep, stick's already part of it. What we got, 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 what we got. Oh look, it's the dagger of Amon-Ra.
Could it be? Is it she? Yes! It's heavy, it's shiny, it's real gold!
It's got a sharp point at one end. It's a wang. I mean, no, sorry, it's the dagger of Amon-Ra. Oh, it's beautiful. But don't hold it like that, Laura. It will just slide off your hands after being in all that and just go thunk straight into your chest. It's a piranha skeleton. Da-dunk, 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 da-dunk. And now we just have the dagger of Amon-Ra. We ain't gonna tell anybody about it. Oh, yeah, we need to get out of here. Let's go in here and see if Olympia's gone. Get that snuggle. Door's locked. Okay, we can't go this way for the moment. What about the unicorn? Pfft, unicorn's fine. I meant to write Dagger. I wrote the Dagger. 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 Too many G's. Hello, Sentinel. Let that do its business. So yeah, so part of Prime Day, one of the things I've decided to buy, I think I've already got the cheese. No, because I didn't have a thing to trigger it off with. Let's try Zibon. No. Laura, get out of the way. We just basically had to trigger it. There we go. The mice, they are toast. Now I have cheese. Oh, intercom crackles and you hear.
Wolfie, it's Olympia. If you can hear me, meet me at the armor room at 2 o'clock.
I've gone back to your bed.
You promised to show me your private scars, remember? See you there, Wolfie Cakes.
No, it's not. But, you know, Wolf is an interesting man. I like that, you know, like, even though he didn't hear that message because we were there. Nothing in this era was OSHA approved. Yeah, OSHA did not exist. For one thing, they'd be like, get a handrail here. People have died. People have died. Yvette, is your office open? Are you in here? Yeah, because what's it called? I don't think we're going to find her in here. But her music. Oh, yeah. It's great music. It is such a great soundtrack. I'm just the thought in my head, like, I couldn't be sexy if I tried, but if you'd hear me start dancing to that music in real life, it'd be like, okay, she's trying to do a thing. Hello, Summer. Okay, Ernie still lives. This is good. Alright, let's get ourselves some wire. Because wires ain't wires. Nice to see no one cares enough about Ziggy here to you know. Come on, cut the fuck. There we go. To clean up his body at all. I mean, I suppose it'd be a bit difficult because of the whole twing. People thought it was part of the exhibit. Yeah, people will just be walking around like that's the case. I think. Ooh. Countess. Countess, I need to ask you about Ziggy, because for some reason you don't know that he's dead. Do you know the circumstances of Ziggy's death? Ziggy's... no, I'm afraid I don't know anything about that dreadful little old man. Yeah, except you did. You were pilfering paintings. Let's see, is it... I mean, it's 1 a.m. Oh, here we go. She's magic. She's gone from one room to the other. Both your accomplices are dead, lady. They're both dead. Ha! Well, well. Good evening, Countess. What are you doing here? That's not the voice I had for her. Darling, what are you doing here? I just happened to be behind tapestry, you know, as you do. You're lying! You just saw me pop out. Countess is the last one to die, Summer. How could you tell? Nobody just happens to be hide behind a museum tapestry. I mean, true, but they shouldn't be. Nobody walks around inside a museum late at night with paintings under their arms. You're acting awfully suspicious. Paintings? Oh, you mean these paintings? I just found them lying on the floor, and I picked them up so no one would step on them. I don't think so. This is the only time Laura has an opinion throughout the entire game. You don't think so? Oh, sorry. Darling, are you accusing me of something, you silly girl? What do you think? I think you're a rude girl who needs to learn some manners. The nerve, going around accusing people of stealing paintings. Except it's the truth. Did I say anything about stealing them? By the way, Watney Little's also dead. Well, of course you don't try to trick me, girl. I've got more tricks than you got brain cells. I don't know why she's changing accents, but I can't be bothered. One thing I have to ask is, why did you meet your paintings to meet with Dr. Carrington at this time of night? Oh, how did you know about that? A note I found beside his body. His body? You talk about him like he's dead. Well, he is. Both your accomplices is. Oh yeah, dead as a doorknob. Didn't you know about that? I'm Laura Bow. You're trying to trick me again. Dr. Carrington is alive and well and working in his office. Well, actually, you're right about him being in his office, but he quite dead, I assure you. Oh my god. No, she doesn't. No, that's Yvette that dies by strangulation. The Countess dies from being bitten by a snake. And you seem to be a logical murder suspect. Wait a second, you're not trying to pin this on me. I'm now a Southern Belle myself. I didn't have anything to do with this, and why would I want to kill him? We got a perfectly good burglary scheme going on here. I mean, burglary? I think I said too much. If you're trying to convince me that you're not a murderer, you're not doing a very good... No, she's convinced you that she's an art smuggler. That's a good job of not being a murderer. What do I care what you think? You're not a cop anyway. But I am a reporter. I could write about you in the newspaper. Of course, your reputation would be ruined, and the police would be very interested in you. But you're tough. I'm sure you'll be able to handle it. Look, it was just a little deal I worked out with Dr. Carrington. An art forger duplicates the paintings on the wall of the gallery, and then we hang up the place of the real ones, which we sell to private collectors. Don't you think someone's going to cut you down after a while? Just your dock worker, I'm going to get him. I mean, are you kidding? That's the beauty of this plan. When we replaced all the paintings, we were going to slash them and make it look like someone vandalized the real paintings. No one would ever think we'd go to the trouble of forging paintings just to destroy them. Well, but then the people that have the real paintings, like, trying to sell them would be like, well, no, we know those paintings got destroyed. And Carrington is here to make sure that no one's gets too nosy. You mean he was here? I swear I didn't have anything to do with his death. He was just my cash cow. I brought him over for Europe just for this reason. Now that's it. I'm not saying anything more about it. So the Countess is tied up, so she could have been dragged there. You're right. She could have been tricked, but let's see if I can ask you about Ziggy's death now. You got anything else to say about Ziggy? I don't feel like talking about that now. Okay, off she goes. Bye, Countess. Well, you're taking time. Taking your time. Well, to be fair, that isn't Carrington. That's Watney Little. So when she says she brought Carrington over, she was the one who replaced him with Watney Little. So she knows that Carrington and Watney aren't the same people. Whether or not... It's kind of one of those things. I don't know how well connected Ziggy is, because maybe Ziggy is the one that suggested Watney, because they're both in the, you know, criminal underbody class. But the whole thing of, you know, they're separate oceans away from each other. Whether or not the Countess knows about that part, maybe Ziggy organised that bit. But... let's see, is it... let's just hide behind here for no reason. You know? You know what? Now that I have... that, I can get the skeleton key. Hi, Countess! This is interesting because I like I said, I've only gone through the Colonel's Bequest script about how the Wandering works in that. But I wonder if this one also, unless it's a scripted thing like that where she had to come through that particular door, if, you know, like, it's still doing the same thing, like, you know, like, which was the last room she left, here are the two options, then it randomly generates which one she's going to go on. Again, some of them seem to have paths, is what I found in Colonel's Bequest. Like, Jeeves has a very set quest, like, you know, like, his scripts, like, go from, like, one room to the next room to the next room, so he's a very particular thing. Whereas, like, some of the wandering ones are just like, you know, they're just wandering in a circle. But sometimes it's not a circle, because if Laura gets in their way enough, they're going to turn around, and then they have to, like, you know, turn around. And then she can basically fuck with the script a little bit. Come on. Do I have to wait for the sparkle? There's the sparkle. Oh my god. It's a skeleton key. Good thing I got these pliers. Oh, that sounded so bad. Also, I don't know how those were even affixed to it anyway, that you would need pliers. But apparently they were. Wait. Oh. Every time that this scene takes a little bit to load, I'm like, is this the time that we're about to lose? Oh, you can use the dagger as well. You're right. I think it's just basically anything sharp. Every time that previous scene takes a moment to load, it's like, Is that going to be the time that we're going to find Ernie dead? I was hoping to trigger the love story. I don't want to miss them. They're my favourite fucking couple. You can't get better than Olympia and Wolfie. They're who we're here for. We stan. We're stan. Yeah, I mean, I think it is anything sharp. So really, either the wire cutters or the dagger will do. It's kind of like, I think technically you can use the bone to get the cheese. For some reason it didn't like when I did that, so I used the is it basically anything long? Do we hear? Is there mufflings? I'm trying to think where I get, because I've got to get meat. You know, one of those things that it's like, it's a game I've played a lot, and suddenly it's like, I know what the solution is. I can even picture it. I just don't remember where I got it from. That's where I'm like, just like... Oh no, so it is that same room. It's the meat lockers in that room. Oh shit, did I just click that? Oh, whew. I keep forgetting that once the thing's there, she doesn't fall to her death anymore. I think technically now we've got enough that we can probably go in here, but I'm just gonna see. Make sure there's nothing in here that I needed. I don't think it... It's one of those things, I'm pretty sure the meat locker's in the back room. Oh wait, did that just say that it hurt? I think for a second there it was saying that it heard muffled. Okay. It must have been a delayed oh, it might have been the alcohol fumes. Because you got to be careful in this room. If you stay here too long, it gets to Laura. Okay, excellent. We can finally get our snake oil. You pick it up and place it in your purse. In your pocket. Oh. Squishy. Oh boy. What is that sound? Hello, yeah, I know I'm going there, Daisy. I just need the meat first. Oh, let's close that horrible sounding thing. Ah, now here's a thing to note. It's a sack of plaster. This isn't here later. I think it's a really neat trick. Yep. Okay, let's unlock this. And whoop, 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 whoop. Go! Eat this! We're the ants of King Anthony. Okay, maybe not. Oh! Wow! I for some reason, I wasn't expecting just the... Oh! Hello, Dr. Carrington. A skeleton lies in the trunk, its bones picked clean by the dermistid beetles. They've efficiently removed every last shred of flesh, making the skeleton nearly impossible to identify. Ain't no bones about it! Except there is one thing here. It appears to be a gold pocket watch. Oh. I should have just enough time to get back up to that tapestry and watch the beautiful love story. Do I not get to see the message that it's... Here we go. To Dr. Archibald Carrington III for your years of service and dedicated service. Your years of service and dedicated service. Ah, I love that my brain just breaks. Many thanks from your staff at the British Museum. Yeah, I know. Appearances count. Excuse me. I gotta go see a love scene. I love that I'm rushing this way, even though it's a flag. Oh yeah, it's a joke. It's fine. They open the door? I mean, I know this, but at the same time, it's like highly irregular. Such a great soundtrack. It's one of those things that I'm kind of like, if we finish this early enough, we might see what else is in the Exodus library of sound canvas and see if there's anything that, you know, that I know well enough that I'm like, let's see what this sounds like. I mean, I know I saw Genie's Curse on their list, but I'm like, it might be a bit too soon. Oh, good! Yay! Oh, hey, Countess. Excuse me, I need to go see the best love scene in the entire game, and I don't mean Steve and Laura. Pardon me, I'm just gonna... Oh, come on! Oh, perfect, here we go. Sorry, I just had to blow my nose. Okay, here we go. Why is this camera going out of focus? Excuse me. I'll deal with it afterwards. Wolfie, your facial scars are so wonderful. How did you get them? Fencing, my strudel. As a young man, I would fence with mine Heidelberg friends. We would stop our opponent's sabers just before it went through our faces, and we would make the scar, which would make the scars you see now. Ah, that is very interesting. You do not use masks to protect your faces. 9. That would have been considered unmanly. I don't know why I would have said uncanny for some reason. You'll have to show me how to do that sometime. There are many things I could show you, Master Strudel. Perhaps we should go somewhere less public, Wolfie. What do you mean Olympia gets it on with a lot of people? She's got eyes for one man. Oh, yeah. It's a good idea, particularly since there's that annoying reporter wandering around in the museum. That is not something I would have allowed if I were running things here. Give it time, Wolfie. Perhaps you will be running things here someday, if I have anything to say about it. Because, you know, we don't... Oh, what can you do? Well, you know, we don't have... There's many dead people now. There are ways, but come. Let us speak of these things in more privacy. After you bang my butt. I mean, what? No, like, in her interest in Steve is literally because she's interested in his scars. It's not like her love for Wolfie. Now, let me fix this camera because it's now... It has not come back to me this entire time. It's gonna be my luck that I'll get to the thing that swaps it over. And it'll go into focus then. Razor, razor, razor. Razor Central. Give me the controls, please. Camera. I don't care if it's being used by something else. You should have control. Hang on. Okay. That should be enough. I think it just hadn't registered, so... Woo! There we go. That looks more correct, doesn't it? More of my hair is seeable. Okay. I love them. So I think potentially Ernie might be dead now. Oh, Olympia, you... Olympia! Olympia! Olympia, I want to ask you about... I don't care if there's going to be a dead body here. Yep, hi. It's now become old hat for okay, Olympia, you better still be here. Ernie's eyes are bulging in a particular way, leading you to believe he either choked, drowned, or was frightened to death. Or all three. Maybe he got choked while he was being drowned in the vat, and he was scared, shitless. Ernie's mouth gapes, although whether this occurred in death throes or simply as a result of a corpse position is unclear. It is a beautiful pose that he's been left in. Yeah, Olympia, there should be a lot of bones here. Laura, no, a corpse! Olympia, ooh, interesting. You look at Ernie's eyes, but find little except a few broken blood vessels. There's little to see in Ernie's mouth besides the usual teeth, tongue, hard and soft palates, and uvula, although there does seem to be an unusual amount of mucus, or mucosa foam, in the cheeks and throat, usually indicative of death by drowning. There's also a strange trickle of clear fluid. With the obvious distaste, you sniff around the area of his mouth. The odor is of pure alcohol. Despite your close examination, you find nothing unusual about Ernie's outstretched right arm. Nothing on his left. Oh. These are some animal hairs of some sort, too coarse to be human. Pick it up and put it in your purse. Ernie's shirt feels cold and moist. The pants feel dark and wet, but the moisture quickly evaporates from your fingers. Laura, please stop touching it. You press on one of Ernie's shoes and see a bit of moisture oozing from the dark, spongy leather. As soon as you remove your finger, the moisture immediately seeps back into the leather. You gingerly place your fingers into Ernie's mouth. Cold and clammy hardly describes the feeling. There's a sickening, squishing sound as you probe the moist tissues. You consider doing the traditional thing and closing Ernie's eyes, but decide that it's better not to tamper with his body, which, though this may be cold, is evidence of a murder. You touch Ernie's ear. It feels eerie. Ernie's head is slightly resistant to your efforts. Rigor mortis apparently has begun to set in. You examine his head carefully, searching for contusions, bruises, and other evidence of foul play. You see little, but do notice a faint odor, not immediately identifiable. It's alcohol. Find nothing but the usual earwax. Nothing about it. Oh yeah, we did that. The pants are intact, but the smell emanating from them is noticeable. It's as if he took a swim in a bathtub, Jim. Has he? No, he has not. I mean, we haven't seen him for about an hour and a half, I would say. Yeah, it would have been about midnight that we didn't walk in on him and Yvette banging. It's a bit too late for that now. But we did, listen to them talk to each other. So it's been about an hour and a half. And she said it hasn't fully set in yet. So it's just beginning to. It's being resisted. Olympia! Good evening, Dr. Miklos. Oh, good evening, Miss Bow. But no, Olympia. Mr. Leech is dead. Olympia. He's the last one on my list. It is unfortunate Ernie died, but his body is nicely displayed on that mastodon, don't you think? Makes quite the nice exhibit, actually. Of course you'd think that. Who else has died that you might be interested in? Hey, what did you think about Ziggy? Ah, yes, he is the odd little fellow who lost his head, yes. He must have been very unlucky to have been walking onto that pterodactyl at the moment it broke loose from its mounting. Imagine being the only human to have died from a pterodactyl bite. But how did he lose his head? You gotta think, Olympia. Yes, someone probably would have died if that stabbed through him, but at the same time, he lost his head being,
sawn off with a Actually, how did it get sawn off with a guillotine? Like, I can imagine, having to use a lot of force to push it down, but that wouldn't... Ah! You are smelling like the brewing, mein Capitan. Either you've been drinking or you've been drinking too many of those scraps. Well, we now know who did it. Sure, and Begorra. Man needs a little nip from his flask now and then, doesn't he? Does he?
Personally, I do not think do not require the drinking of the alcohol. It would impair my mental and physical skills, and I need to bang Olympia with. I mean, what? Oh, she's right there in the background. Ernie Leach has been murdered. What was that, Loss? Ernie's dead. DK? So, you've come to us to confess, is that it? Confess? No, I'm reporting a murder. He's been lynched of all his life. And you're the first one there to find the body again? Actually, no, it was Olympia. Olympia was there too. But, I guess so. Olympia, you're right here, vouch. Quite a coincidence, Fräulein. I think we should be interrogating you to learn the truth. I have had enough of your lies. Calm down, Heimlich. If there's any interrogating to be done, I'll be the one who does it. Now then, lass, where did you find the body? The Mastodon room. He's hanging from the Mastodon tusks. Isn't that right, Olympia? You said it looked amazing. He's probably just sleeping on the job. On the Mastodon? No, I'm quite sure he did. Well, I'll go take a look at him then. If I need to talk to you, I'll find you later. Yeah, stellar performance. We could have talked more with Olympia. You're doing a fine job, Laura. You're a fine girl. We phoned you. He's phoned her. Olympia, are you still in this room? Because I would ask you every... Nope. Okay, she gone. Oh. Important questions. He's in the Macedon room. He couldn't better spend any time in the Twitter room after he had to redecorate it and replace the dinosaur bones with sports cars. Okay, so she's not in here. She should be here, though? Oh, here she is.
My Ernie, he was a wonderful man. I really loved him.
Oh, I'm sure you did. I know your type, Yvette. I know you did. You... Laura!
But I did, and he was the first man I ever really loved. I was trying to find work for him so he could make the extra money, and so I could stop hooking.
Why did he need the extra money? He had a good job here, didn't he?
Yeah, he was the gambling, the ice pick. He killed my Ernie for the gambling debts.
Ernie wasn't killed with an ice. Laura!
No, the ice pick. He is, how you say, the lonefish.
The lonefish. You're an American. Lone... Oh, you mean ice pick's the name of a loan shark?
Oui.
The ice pick, he is the evil man. And you're sure he's the one who killed Ernie?
My Ernie, he was right about the ice pick. He told me about him this very evening.
Very curious. I'm surprised you had time to see Ernie tonight. I mean, you slept with Ramses, you slept with... Where is it? You slept with Carrington, you tried to sleep with Pippin. Because you've been spending so much time with Mr. Dorian.
Oh, you mean the Steve. He is attractive man, but we are only the friends now. But my Ernie, what would I do without him?
And you saw the detective a couple of times. I can see you're upset. I'll leave you alone. So you can count your body count for the evening. Oh, body counts are such bad things, but I mean, in this... Oh! Steve! Steve! I mean, Mr. Dorian!
Miss Bow.
Thank you for showing me your scars, Steve. They were very nice. I don't know what you were doing while I was going and banging Wolfie, but you know. Thanks for the time. I haven't seen you in a while, Mr. Dorian.
Well, women keep jerking me off. Can't say no to that.
Jerking you off?
Yeah, first Miss Delacroix pulled me away from the party to show me the old Masters Gallery. Then there was Dr. Minkler. She's been pestering me about my scars ever since she found out I worked on the docks. Weird lady. Kinda into it.
You don't seem too upset by all the attention.
Yeah, well, I'd rather spend my time with you. Aw.
I like to think a big, strong man like you would be able to get away from them if you wanted to do so, but I guess you're weak of spirit.
Well, I hate being rude, and I did end up finding you here. Really, I should have left the party with everyone else.
Have you heard about the murders?
What? Murders? I guess someone did.
Someone did mention it? Are you murder blind? Like, what the... You do seem kind of distracted. Jesus, look at how tall he is compared to her.
Well... Yeah, well, I got some news to you. I think some of the paintings in the old Masters Galleries are forgeries. The paint's still wet on some of them.
Yes, well, I hardly think that...
Oh, here she comes.
Oh, Steve, it is the terrible thing has happened. Ernie is dead.
Ernie?
Yes, my Ernie, what will I do? Oh, I need the big man to cry on. Please come into my office, and I will cry on you.
Come on. Sorry, Miss Bow. The poor woman seems to be very upset. Maybe there's something she can jerk on for. I mean, I can do for her.
Well, I guess that's just what it is.
We'll talk about it later, okay?
Yeah, I guess. Bye. Well, see about that.
You hear muffled voices coming from Yvette's office. Well, time to listen to those. Actually, we should save. Oh, I can't. Yvette's muffling often gets in the way.
Ooh la la.
How does that feel? I've just gone deadpan for Steve.
It is magnifique.
I'm not rubbing too hard, am I?
The harder the better, mon amour.
Well, we'll get stiff, a little stiff now and then. Did I mention women keep jerking me off tonight? Ooh.
And you're so good at working on the kings.
Oh, would you mind not moaning so loud? You might draw attention.
I cannot help it. You're so big and so strong.
Oh my. I'm making it sound like she's eating like a really big steak or something. Oh, no, that's the wrong face for this. Laura, this should be a crossed arm situation. Nice. Well, my eyes now just starting to go.
Oh dear. Yeah, you said you loved Ernie?
Miss Bow.
Sacre bleu. Invader.
I can explain this.
I bet you can, Mr. Dorian.
Yeah, she's got the Dagger. You're right. Wee, wee, wee. I was just rubbing her neck. I mean, we've seen people rub much more intimately. So yeah, the next fine.
I'll just leave you alone.
Miss Bow, wait. Yeah, this is the thing that messes me up about this, because I know that they need to keep Laura and Steve separate for the mystery and for what, happens later. But he just said, Laura, wait, like,
That sounds like he would come after you and you'd have another talk. But the door's now locked. Laura, wait, let me lock the door behind you. Steve is not good romance. I know that they get married, but Oh! Patricia Todd! What do you think about all this? I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat, Miss Bo. What about all the dead people? Let me give you the news, the gossip, the zig, the zag. He's dead. Never heard of it. Oh. Carrington's dead? I mean, both Carringtons are dead? I had hoped Dr. Carrington would listen to reason. I made another appointment to talk to him about the return of the Dagger of Amon to its rightful home, and it seems futile that it's no longer in the museum. Another appointment? You spoke to Dr. Carrington once already? Only by phone. He denied Egypt's claim to the dagger. I'd hoped a personal visit would convince him of our sincerity, but the situation has changed since then. Yeah, he died. I'm just gonna save real quick, because I'm not sure what... I'm gonna actually try and offer him the dagger. The dagger too. Laura, wait, can you grab us some condoms? You're an angel. Thanks, honey. Okay. Tut, what do you think about this? What? He wants this! He wants it bad! Oh, someone else is coming. I think that's going to be the Countess base. Or it could be Olympia. What do you mean no practical purpose? Yeah, exactly. What do you think about the Dagger of Amon-Ra? I found it, man. I found it. Ah, the dagger. Such a great loss to my country. First to have it stolen from the temple, then from Egypt, and now this. When will it end? When will it return to its rightful place? Hello, Countess. I thought that was you. I don't think... Oh, look. No, she's going down to Olympia's office. She doesn't have to. Anyway. Here, have the dagger. I found it. This is just a couple of shifting backwards. Because I think... I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we... Okay, the door's locked. That's fine. I'm just trying to think if there's... Because we need to find Yvette. Dead. But I'm just trying to think of what the trigger... Because we've got nothing left to find downstairs. We've investigated what we can about Ernie. We know the plaster's there. It could just be that I need to come from this direction. No. Maybe I need to do something in Yvette's, in Olympia's office. Ooh, or maybe I need to see that the bag of plaster's gone. Because the snake happens, but I'm pretty sure the snake's later. Yeah, the snake's later when, the Countess is in here, because that's how she's been bitten. Oh, the door, yeah. So we're going to pop downstairs and see if the, why is my nose just ripping? I think I'm, like, allergic to a foundation or something, because every time I wear it, my nose just starts running. I'm not even wearing proper foundation, I'm just wearing, like, a light moisturizing tint. Just because I am slightly sunburned. I don't know if anyone can tell from my UV therapy. It's just under here and across here. And I got a really bad one under here. Oh, cool. Hey, guys. I can't remember. I can't remember if I can capture Daisy. Daisy. Oh, she just went behind the post and was just like, yep. it's 3 a.m. So your vet's dead now. But bag of plasters. No, the bag of plasters still here. But I bet you we'll go upstairs. And your vet's gonna be dead. So don't mind me, I'm just trying to find the... So it seems to be on a... Oh, the hieroglyphs translate as buy Sierra products. Great, great. Oh, no, that's actually referring to this game. I just... So let's go in here, see if the door's now open. Oh no! All of Yvette's stuff has been kicked about. And look, red hairs. Feels like red hair. Where's my magnifying glass? I'm just... Yeah, we can close that now. Because Yvette's dead now, so... What is this? Oh, this is... I think this is a shred of Yvette's dress. Leave it here. The actual police are going to want it eventually, but, you know, we'll take the shoe. It's a petite woman's shoe. Look, we'll take the shoe. Okay, so basically at this point, this game is trying to frame Steve. Because the last person we saw Yvette in here with was Steve. Steve has red hair. But we already know, earlier this evening, another redhead gentleman has already threatened her if she's, you know, sleeping around. Which we know she definitely was. With multiple people. I mean, I've already said it. It's Detective O'Reilly. He's a dickbag. We know this. This is not a stream of a game that people have not met before. Oh, look at this! The subject of the sculpture looks curiously familiar. The sculpture gives off a strong smell of fresh plaster. In fact, let's go pop downstairs and have a look at that bag of plaster. You wait here, Yvette. I mean, oh yeah, you can't go anywhere, can you, sweetie? Do 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 do. Yvette got a stiffy, yep. She got real stiffy. She got so stiff that other people... And the plastic bag's still here. When does the plastic bag... I know the plastic bag does disappear at some point, but you know, it's one of those... It's just a neat thing. It's not required. Is this the point that you can meet Wolf in his office and Wolf tries to interrogate you and then you just like, go now, bye-bye. There is a point that happens. And then you ask Wolf about the burglary and then he starts apologizing to his mother that he couldn't save the paintings. So obviously something dark happened to Wolf where paintings got burned. Whoop, whoop. Which is why I'm like, he's got a very gruff outward appearance, but he's a good man. He's a very good man. Smack. Yeah, Laura being the killer would that would be basically the Murder She Wrote twist that everyone wants. What was it? You get no response.
He wants to like do that for fun. And look, in case we need to sell that there's red hair involved. Oh, and someone's put Ramsey's spare glasses here to frame him. Huh? You know, his glasses to frame him. Because, like, out of everyone, we haven't seen Ramsey's since the murders took place. He could have honestly, like, I honestly thought he'd gone home. You know? I was like, he's so not involved. He gone. I mean, still, like, because, like, none of this makes any sense. For one thing, the body wouldn't have been, like, you know, the plaster, even if it's quick set, it would probably still be too weak and crumbly to hold up the body because the body hasn't been dead long enough for rigor mortis. You know, like, there's this sheet covering her that she seems to be holding on to. It's just... It would take several days to get her into this pose. Yep. Plaster of Paris, very good. It's Yvette's left hand. It's stiff and cold. Yeah. It would not be balanced. Yeah, exactly. None of this makes any sense. There is plaster in all the openings on Yvette's face. Mouth, nostrils, nose, ear. She has several scratches on her face as well as cuts to her lip. She's the only one who really seems to have, you know, fully struggled. Everyone else is just being like, oh, shock, horror, oh god, I'm dead. The scarf around Yvette's neck looks specifically like hosiery she was wearing earlier, on her legs. It's her left hand. How did it get on her right arm? The scarf clearly isn't a scarf. It's the silk hosiery Yvette was wearing earlier in the evening. Then her neck under the scarf shows red friction burns, as if she was strangled. This makes you wonder if she died during a passionate moment, or simply had developed a habit of wearing silk hose around her. No, she died in... Like, maybe she was talked into putting it around her neck, but, you know, she was definitely strangled, my dude. No split ends. Wait, did it say it's plaster of Paris is in her eyes? Well, yeah. Because, like, what's it called? Like, if you think about everyone else he's killed, they're pretty much... I'd say probably out of all the ones that we've seen so far, Ziggy's is probably the most next violent, because, he might have been pissed off at Ernie, but all he's done is drowned him. What's it called? Carrington, that would have been a quick, short push on the porcupine, and then he's like, well, you know, you're going to be dead in a minute, I'm going. Carrington was the quick stab. And, like, this is an actual, like, I fucking hate you. I hate what you've done to me. I'm drunk as well. Although I don't know how drunk he is. I know, like, because, like, they did say he drank quite a bit and all that. But he also did drown Ernie in alcohol. And so part of the scent from that would have been on him. So, yeah, this is a crime of passion. This was one of the few that wasn't motivated by greed. Because even Ernie's death is motivated by greed because Ernie saw something that he wasn't supposed to see. But also, considering how quickly this happens after Ernie, possibly maybe Ernie said something during that, like he was just like, no, stay away from Yvette, and you'd be like, what the fuck do you mean you're being split with Yvette? You know what I'm saying? Let's check these titties. There are a few scratches on Yvette's skin as if she was struggled before she died. Honk honk. Oh, the fabric of the dress feels stiff from the plaster. I bet it does. Well, her tits have no answers, so I'm out of here. Oh, Diddy, I just finished drinking. Alright, I'm just trying to think. Is there another thing I need to go and see? Or is it just that we're gonna... Yeah, we just walk here, I think, and then it should cut to Olympia's office. Yes! My memory works. Meanwhile, literally down from the screen from you. Also, the way the Countess is being tied up is weird because it makes her look really short, but I'm pretty sure those are her knees. Oh, I love the little animation of her flipping her arms up.
Countess, what are you doing tied up on my desk? Your face has certainly changed into an attractive pale colour, my dear. Oh. You seem a little under the weather. Are you okay?
This is the most animated someone's been in the entire game.
Oh dear, you don't look well
Well, I don't think that's the whole thing. She's not kink shaming her. She's like, this is what you wanted.
O'Reilly.
Well, you see, you're trying to tell it everything.
You want O'Reilly? Okay, just wait here. I'll go get him.
Yeah, no, don't do that. And also, your snake's gotten out, if you haven't noticed. Do.
Oh, hello, Miss Bow. Do you know what Mr. O'Reilly is?
It's Detective O'Reilly. He's been really pissed off if you said that.
Well, no, exactly.
Not exactly. I assume he's in the museum.
Well, I'll try to find him. If you see him first, could you tell him that the Countess is dying on my desk in my office?
Really? That's all you're gonna say?
The Countess is dying. What's wrong with her? Well, she's looking rather pale. Her eyes are rather glazed, and she's not breathing much. I'd say she'd be bitten by a snake. Funny that. By a snake? Must you keep repeating everything I say? In any case, I have to go now.
Yeah, I could read that. Like, I think she's supposed to be kind of written off like a quirky kind of like retro goth. Like, you know, like she's interested in all the death and all that, but you know, she's dressed very much in the time of the era and not like she's wearing purple, you know? So you can't go full goth or anything. Oh. Hello, Snakey. Do I use... Yeah, I think I can use some of the snake oil on you. Whoop. Good. Now you're here instead. And I can use the hook on you. Oh, no, I forgot something. Who painted this? Look at those shoulders. That's ridiculous. Where was it? All right. How long to beat the Dagger of Amon Ra?
Average 4 hours.
It is indeed a poisonous snake, but I just... Hang on. Oh, you gotta use the snake oil 3 times, and then you gotta go refill it before you go into the next act. Do this quickly. I'm trying to think what we did here. I think all we need to do is go downstairs. This was released after King's... Oh, good question. No, King's Quest... Yeah, it is after. I was just like working through my... Could this come before? But no, because King's Quest V was 1990 exactly. Possibly the CD version of it was 1991, but this is 1992, my friend. Welcome to 92. Okay, well that animation's running. I'm gonna see if I can get this embroidery back on my front. God damn it! Because yeah, both those animations are happening at the same time. I gotta get this plastic thing back on there. Come on. Who designed this shit?
Strength. Okay. Okay. And it's back on. Huzzah. I love that because there's so much green back here because of my green screen. It's just not. Parts of it are not showing up. Doom. Transparent fins. Actually, I think I can refill the whole bottle now, because if I look at it... Oh, it's full at the moment. Why we had to come down here for that to happen, I think it's just so that it kind of, you know, like, because logically, you've got no point to come down here anymore. I mean, like, I suppose the player wouldn't know that anymore, but there's nothing to grab. Everything's possibly been grabbed and discovered down there. Oh, expect refilling the snake oil. Hey, Countess, you want to see a dead body? Follow me. Hey, Countess. Countess? Countess? No, because like we lost the game. We had to go back a bit. It's not too far back, because really, look. Ding dong, ding dong. Ding dong, ding dong. Yeah. This is the Master's Gallery. The other thing I really need to do is get those glasses off her. And look at the hairs. Oh yeah, take the hairs. And now it's going to be like, hey, the Countess is blah, 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 blah. I'm not going there directly because I'm not going to be able to save the Countess. There ain't no point. Oh, no, actually, I can still go. I'll go down here. I doubt that the Countess will talk to me at all. It's funny, the person doing the like, there's a speed run of this, which is ridiculously short. Like, I think it's like 14 minutes for the whole thing. But like, he not that I think that he's actively pissed off, but he's just like, oh god, these cutscenes, like, I can't make them any faster. But that's part of the game, man. Of speed running. Yeah. This is one moment. I'm just gonna pop in here. Yeah, I just figured I'd get the shoe. Because for some reason, Laura needs a shoe. I mean, ooh, I don't think you can give it to Steve. That would be a fun thing, though. Oh, my mother's sneezing. Can't save here either. Alright. Something about these two rooms, as in Yvette's office and here, just don't like to save. But we can save in here with Barney. Or not. Nope, alright. This game doesn't like you to save when it's in a tense time. So 1, 2, 3. And he's off in a little corner. And then we get our little hook. And now we have a snake on a stick. Countess, you want this? Okay, everything fine now. Well, Countess is dead.
Oh!
Ow! Ah, and here's the grapes. O'Reilly's special grapes. I love... technically these aren't green grapes, they're white grapes. I think it's stupid, but I love them. Just a bunch of grapes. Chilled. You remember something about grapes being found alongside the victims of Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper, he is not. I'm blue, ba-ba-dee-ba-boo-da. I mean, if we're going more era accurate, it'd probably be, I'd rather be blue, thinking of you. I'd rather be blue over you. Her fingernails are clean and unbroken, showing nine signs. 9 signs. 9 signs of violence! Ah. The cobra fang is embedded in the Countess' swollen ankle. I'll just take it out. Oh, don't do it. It's leaking the venom. Ooh, her smelling salts. You pick it up and place it in your purse. Her eyes are open and staring into infinity. Her lips have a bluish tint. There's no signs of violence on or around her face or head. No one cares about her turban. No one cares about her butt. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. This is the one that kind of like, it felt like they gave up. Like everything else had like, like, here's some extra details that you didn't need to know. Like, I can't mess with her face. Countess is looking rather pale. It seems that she was surprised that she died here on Olympia's desk. The skin on her hand is as pale as her face, showing minor signs of lividity on her palms. It's the bound and dead body of Countess Lavinia water closet. Yeah, game, let me poke the... like how there's like, can I pet the dog? Where's the can I poke the corpse list? Yeah, you can't put her fingers in her mouth. Laura must be upset. Yes, I am. Yeah, the avidity. But yeah, this is just kind of like the game is just like, look, she's dead, deal with it. We gave you some grapes. She screams a lot when I'm playing. Yeah. We might have been playing Laura Bow. Because, yeah, she screams a lot when I'm playing. Sounds like a Laura Bow line, doesn't it? Because she screams a lot. Oh, shit. I thought I was supposed to be able to go down and get the, snake oil, but I don't have time because Mr. X is after me. So far, so good. Keep it up. Yeah, Mr. X is after me. Shit, Laura! Laura! Laura, run! Laura, fucking run! I know I'm calling him Mr. X, but we know it's O'Reilly. I've got the snake oil, but I used it, so that's where it... Oh, Laura! I didn't get time to close the door. Oh, shit. We're gonna have to replay that section again. That's the annoying thing. It didn't let me save. Well, I'm just gonna look at that walkthrough again because, like, maybe. Oh, okay. So the difference that they're suggesting is go and fill up the, like, like once you've used it and put the snake away, go downstairs, fill it back up again, and then come and inspect the body, because once you've done everything with the Countess, that's it. So how's your day? How's your week been? Sorry that we have to replay this again. And we have to watch this fucking... They've been eating that steak for a long time. Hi, Daisy. But what I'm talking about, like, so you see this vat here? This has more snake oil in it. Yeah, your vat's dead. Bah, 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 bah. While that's happening, I'm just gonna reacquaint myself at the beginning of that and make sure there's nothing I need to save it off in this act because he's just behind you. Go to the pterodactyl room, close door. Oh, because I didn't close the door in the pterodactyl room. That would be why. You should also top up the snake power steering fluid when you change the snake oil. Yeah, 100%. I've got to go full on Bogues. Well, you know. Do the accent that's nothing like mine. It's kind of like, you know, like, what's it called? When Foo's got go full Glesk on his, it, you know, it's an accent that he potentially could have. This Boganess voice is definitely me putting one on, because I don't speak like this at all. It's very nasal. Alright, let's find Yvette one last time. Cracking. Crack on. Ding dong, ding dong. Ding dong, bing bong, they say. Let me just talk to Yvette. She's dead. But, oh. Luminac. It looks like she's got like a yellow, like a bit of a mustache coming in. You pick it up and place it in your paw. You pick it up and... Oh, I had a fun... I was driving after UV therapy and this game concept came to me. I'm just going to save here so we don't have to do this part again. Imagine a game where, you know, like how, like, in some games, like, you know, there's, like, well, kind of like this. I think actually thinking about Laura and Steve kind of brought up this thought to me of, like, oh, when you meet certain characters in a game where it's just like, we just click and, like, you know, there's just an energy between us. Imagine if, like, it turns out as you're going through the game that there was actually a time reset, and in the game's past or past future, you and this person were a couple, and so, like, you've got, like, there's some sort of, like, link, but there's no reason for the two of you to have met now because of all of this. And so it's just like, imagine, like, then getting to, like, the end of the game and your friend's just like, look, I did it because, you know, it was important to save everybody. You know, like, so many people died. You know, I couldn't outweigh this one good thing with all the bad shit. So... And it just, like, leading to, like, all this really awkwardness between you and this other person just being like... Steve, I was just being a pussy tease. 100%. Because that's the thing, like, Steve is a creep. Like, there's no point for Steve to be in this game except as a red herring. Or a creepy red herring. Like, they couldn't come up with a decent reason for him to be... Like, they came up with a reason why he kind of knew people by being the stevedore that they all dealt with. But... Or at least, you know, those coming in dealt with. But here's a question. Literally red, but not literal herring. Yes. Here's a question. Dr. Pippin came in on the same ship as Watney Little / Carrington. Actually, he would have got on with Carrington. How did he not realize that they'd been replaced? Like, the reason why no one else knows Carrington's been replaced is because, what's it called? It's because no one has met the real Dr. Carrington. But Pippin, I guess, unless they never spoke on the boat and, like, he was too busy being, like, well, we know that what's it called? Potash Tut Smith only spoke to him on the phone. Maybe it was Big Ship, yeah. It's just one of those things that's like, we're going to the same place, we're going to be at the same museum, maybe we should at least have a passing hello. Unless that happened after the murder had already committed on the boat. 1. 2. 3. Get in your quarter, Bunny. Okay, Bunny, I'm gonna get you hooped. True, they could have got onto the boat at different ports, like, because, like, if... I mean... Possibly. If they got onto it in Alexandria, or from Egypt, and then went to England and then picked up Carrington, but maybe, like, the murder happened the same night Carrington got on board, and so maybe he wasn't due to meet Pippin yet. Who puts a snake in a cage? I mean... Yeah, you think it'd be like... If it's going to be a cage, it would be like a glass cage. That's like there's glass on the outside, but you could still see through. Fill her up! Excellent, we now have it all. Lets me save here. Because then, right, because if it doesn't let me save upstairs, then, I always like that this roof looks like a weird waffle. It also really looks really tall down here. In a corner of the place that no one really should be going to. It's really grand. Like, this looks like this would be part of somewhere that someone should be able to walk. But I would say that possibly there should be some paintings on the wall that we're looking through. And that's just like, no one goes down this secret pathway. Oh, yeah, let's go check out that sweet dead body. Countess. Wakey wakey. Oh, we've still got the snake music. Oh dear, she dead. Get that sweet purse. Get the smelling salts. We did a save downstairs where it let me. Oh, actually, there's one more thing I can check before leaving this room. Somebody forgot their safe word. Is you can have a look. No, but I wanna look at. Yeah, look, he's missing one of his fangs. Wait, what was that about business? He seems to mean business. Dagger, case is mesh. I mean, it's still stupid, but we can't save anymore. Ole! So many boobs. So far, so good. Keep it up. Remember to close this door, Laura. Because he's coming for you. I think I've mentioned this before. It's something I mentioned quite a lot. This was the first game I ever had a walkthrough for. And this was back in the 90s. We had to go over to a family friend's house to basically what's it called? Get on their internet and print out the final act. And I still have it in a folder somewhere. And I think this is a neat trick that you can't... Laura can never fit through that. But by doing this, it makes it look like she could. Remember, Pippin's not in here anymore, so we should be able to just... You don't want to hide in here. Oh, for goodness sakes. That one's the shut one. Get in this one then. How'd you get in here so quickly? Laura, he just left. There we go. So he's broken a door for you, which is excellent. And now he's going looking elsewhere, which gives us time to go through that door. Can't save. Oh, can we save yet? We might be able to save now, actually. Boop, boop, boop. I will... yes. Nuts won't come loose. I've got wire. Oh fuck, what is it? It's one of... it's... I know I need to do something and I don't have a lot of time and I don't want to keep replaying it, so... Go to the storage room, push crate. Use the wire cutters on the rope near pot. That's what I was doing! What? I mean, oh, that's right, I have to push it first. And then cut it. And then... Where the fuck's the hot spot? Laura! Laura, don't make me use the dagger. There we go. Good God, that sounded bad. Okay. Let's put this whole mummy in my purse just to take it out straight away and prop it up against this. Woo! And then we get our hook. I think it's this one. It's been a while. Or maybe I need to look at it first. There we go. Oh, goodness sakes. Sis Boomba. Oh, Sis Boomba. I was ahead. Sorry, everybody. Hi, guys. Waving with both hands. Oh my goodness! I never had any idea that there was a cult down here. Oh, hi, Mr. Nichia. I got your glasses. Excuse me, I was looking for the women's lounge. I need to pay. There's someone chasing me. Oh, yeah, you're holding hands out. You want to hug me? Okay. Oh, yeah, hugs. We like hugs. Oh, you got your glasses. You're coming with me, young lady. I think you're making a mistake. Why is my hair no longer red? You've seen too much. We can't let you go. Oh, not to worry. I don't remember seeing anything in this room, or you, or anything really. I got a terrible memory. Can't even remember my name half the time. I'm Laura Bow. I'm Lorna Baines. I'm sorry you found out. Our cult of Amon Ra must remain a secret. There is too much to take here. At stake here, too many important people here. Cult of Amon Ra? In the museum basement? Who would have guessed? Oh heavens! This room was a forgotten part of the original museum. We have safe here, and no outsiders, as long as no outsiders are aware of our existence. Oh, well, my lips are sealed. If you want to dance and sing and have your little meetings down here, that's your business. Let me clap. You cannot be trusted, Miss Bow. You're a newspaper reporter. You could have a featured article on paper one. On page 1 of tomorrow's newspaper if we let you go. I'm not going to live that long. And people are going to miss me. They'll search the museum. There's someone searching for me right now. The police will never find this room or your body. Oh. Hey. I'm just going to stand here like a sweet little darling. You don't really plan to kill me, do you? Oh, that'd be weird. Of course not. Whew, what a relief. Kill is such an ugly word. Actually, we're going to sacrifice you to Amon Ra. Can we talk about this? Please? There is nothing to discuss. You should be proud to die in such an honorable fashion. I like fashion. Young Egyptian maidens and something to fight for the privilege of being sacrificed to the great Amon Ra. Now wait a minute, I thought the ancient Egyptians didn't make human sacrifices. You're familiar with the history of ancient Egypt, Miss Bow? Well, yeah, that's what this whole game is. I learned a couple of things, from you and from Dr. Carter. Maybe perhaps we should test you. Wait, so if I didn't know, you just kill me, but because I know, you're gonna test me. Do I have any other options? We can test you or we can sacrifice you. It's your choice. I'm liking this idea more and more. What kind of test is it? Is it hard? Is it spelling? The MMR may choose to intervene on your behalf. It is our tradition that we must let you live if you can answer Amon Ra's riddle. Do you like riddles? Great! I'm great at riddles! Of course, you'll have to answer the riddle in hieroglyphs. I'm afraid it would be something like that. Alright, what's the riddle? Actually, it's a two-part riddle. Which you heard earlier but didn't hear the answers, but, what is the room you leave without entering? Okay, room, that's a womb. What? Just what? That's correct. Now the second riddle. What is the room you enter without leaving? Sorry, I'm just giggling thinking about it. Is it a, what's it called? Oh, there's a word for it. It's not sarcophagus. Oh, sepulcher. It's a sepulcher. I know that they want tomb, but just imagine if it was like, now type in sepulcher. And you're like, just two. Sterling WC Diary, just like in between the M and the N. Where's that B? Very impressive. You're the first person who ever answered that riddle correctly. No. That's just my answer. No. The Ruth Omara apparently wants you to spare your life. Will you swear to keep our location secret? Of course. By the way, there's a murderer chasing me. Then you may leave. May the great Amon Ra guide your footsteps.
Thank you. Now I just have to outrun the person who's been chasing me.
Wait, what? Who's chasing you? Do you think they'll find their way in here?
Yeah, I'm kind of leading them in here, so yeah. I'm not sure who it is. I mean, I know who it is, but I believe it's the same person who stole the dagger of Amon Ra from his display case. By the way, I have it, and I'm not sure that I'm sure they'll find their way in here. By the way, I have the dagger of Amon Ra. If this is true, they will not leave this room alive, except they will, so who knows who's dying here. I suggest you leave through our secret escape route behind the altar. Go now, and remember your promise.
Okay, bye.
Except then totally don't remember your promise.
I need to blow my nose again. Apologies. I figured I'd save you the sound of my nose. Hi, Steve. I probably should look at Steve before I just smelling salt him.
There's an unconscious man in the coal. Although the coal has dirtied his face and hair, it looks suspiciously like Steve.
Oh, it's Steve's shoe. You pick it up and place it in your purse. Arise from your grave! I'm just curious, can I actually give him Yvette's shoe? Dang it! No, Steve! Ow! I mean, it's a good thing I just saved. Steve appears to be in great pain. Steve, do I give you the smelling salts again? I mean, I know that it's basically a reload, but I'm just kind of curious. You get no response. He appears to be in great pain, in so much pain, he's not going to give you a response. Well, can't walk back that way. Steve, I'm leaving you behind. Matt, you need Steve. Get in the furnace then, Laura. I mean, it's my fault. I didn't give him the right shoe, but I would have loved to have seen him put on Yvette's shoe. That would have been. This doesn't fit, Laura. Laura, why? Laura, why did you do this to me, Laura? I thought it would fit. Yeah, Laura's made from cardboard. I know it's a strange thing to realize, but it's strange, but it's true. Here you go, Steve. That was a strange sound effect for that. Oh, my head. What happened? Laura?
Yes, Steve, I was worried about you. Are you alright? By the way, we're being chased by a murderer.
I think so. I remember hearing somebody come up behind me, and as I turned around, somebody slugged me. Cripes, my head hurt.
I mean, I was rubbing your feet in the. They must have dumped you down the coal chute. Let's see where you were hit. I'm alright. Don't touch it. Honestly, you men are such crybabies. You think you can walk? We gotta get out of here. Somebody's been murdered in the museum. Oh, someone's been murdered in the museum, and whoever it is after me. I can make it. I'm with you. Where do we go? Good question. Well, we don't go in the furnace. I learned that the hard way. Whee! We're going in here, and Steve, there are things that are about to happen. This game sometimes glitches out in a funny way, in here, where, Steve's basically right behind her, and, well, we might see. We might not see. I've also seen, Steve, like, walk in the wrong direction, which is fun. Not the first time tonight Steve has entered a horror. Oh yeah, my lantern. Gotta turn my lantern on. Whee! I do like the eyes. Look at all them snakes. Snake oil. I love that the snake oil just looks like a couple of drops. Here come the sperm, and the sperm decided they don't want us. Oh, they look so much like sperm. Back it up, Laura. Oh, Steve. Oh, Steve. Oh, Steve. Alright. I've had my fun. Yes, okay. Is there a problem? Is there a problem out here? Alright, here are the rats. Oh. Sounded like someone just going. Sounds like someone's chasing us, Laura. You sound bored, Steve. Dumb rats. Oh, he tried so hard. That one somersaulted. You watch in relief as the last of the rats scurries out of sight. You barely smell the unpleasant odor. Oh, an unpleasant odor like burning hair. Who? Someone burning the cultists? Like, did they fuck up? I mean, obviously someone's been shot. Oh, Steve's coming. Steve, hurry up. Murderer coming, Steve. And now they've gone from walking to somehow being in a dinosaur's. I can only imagine that this was set up purposefully by Olympia. You just wait there, Steve. Exactly. I mean, my brain canon is Olympia set it up because she thought it would be hilarious, and it is. And that's a great angle of that. And now it's time to do the basically do the inquest with all the answers. I think I've mentioned this before, but when I first played this with my dad, that he thought everyone was killing everyone. With a little more effort, you'd be the best investigative reporter Tulane's ever graduated. I must have missed something, but hopefully I've got enough to be able to get the good ending. I mean, like, what's it called? I get it, because, like, really, if we can, like, I get it, but not get it in a way. Like, the way I see it, you don't play as Laura throughout this entire game. You're playing as, like, her guardian angel. And the guardian angel is like, Laura, go and do this. Laura, go and do that. And then then Laura's, like, gotten this far, not really taken anything. And she's like, who did it? Guardian angel, please help me. I wasn't paying attention, Laura. I'm sorry.
Thank you for coming to this inquest, Miss Burr. As coroner on the case, I'm going to informally question you and study the evidence you've collected. If you assist me in developing a case, the perpetrators will be tried in a formal court of law. But if you don't help me, well, it's all on you, baby. We're primarily concerned with the museum murders, but we're also interested in the theft of Dagger Amon Ra, as well as some other matters that have bearing on this case. My examination of the corpses have been fruitful, but I need more evidence to build a case. Any information you can give will help us, but you must justify your conclusions with the evidence you've acquired. False accusations and unsupported conclusions will not be tolerated.
I mean, like, what's it called? One of the implicated people is the detective that was in charge, so they can't use him. Although I don't want to pressure you, your employer is also here to judge you on your performance in this investigation. Since this is an informal proceeding, I have allowed it on the basis that the newspaper will cooperate with our wishes. Now, to the questions. Who killed Dr. Pippin Carter? Detective Ryan Hallahan O'Reilly. You're gonna get real bored of me saying this. Financial gain. Who killed Lawrence Ziggy Ziegfeld? Why, that was Detective Ryan Hallahan O'Reilly. Financial gain? Like what? Who killed Ernie Leach? That would be Detective Ryan Hallahan O'Reilly. And that one was actually to cover another crime. I mean, also it could technically be jealousy, but really, cover another crime. Who killed Yvette Delacroix? Again, that was Detective Ryan Hallahan O'Reilly. That one, however, was jealousy for sure. Who killed Countess Lavinia Waldorf Carlton? Again, it was Detective Ryan Hallahan O'Reilly. Technically, financial gain, but really for the fun of it, because like she'd already killed I suppose she would uncover possibly that now let's think about this. Technically could be seen as financial gain, but I'm gonna go with cover another crime because Detective O'Reilly knew about Watney Little, but she also knew about Watney Little, so covering that crime. Who was the skeleton found in the steamer trunk? Oh no, that wasn't detected. That was actually the official Dr. Archibald Carrington III. Who murdered Dr. Archibald Carrington? Well, that would be Watney Little. Who impregnated Dr. Archibald Carrington III? Watney Little. Now, this is the thing, because when I was playing this with my dad as a child, we were like, who the fuck is Watney Little? And then we're like, what do you mean impersonated? Who impregnated Watney Little? Who impregnated Dr. Archibald Carrington III? It was Watney Little. Who murdered Watney Little? Well, that would be Detective Ryan Hallahan O'Reilly. And again, I think that's going to be financial gain. Although, cover another crime also technically covers. Like, really? Could we? No, they're going to cover another crime. I'm going to go with that as well, because I could see both. Who actually stole the Dagger of Amon Ra from the Ancient Egypt exhibit? That would be Watney Little. Who manipulated Watney Little into stealing the Dagger of Amon Ra? Well, that would be Detective Ryan Hallahan O'Reilly. Why he was interested in that, who knows? What's it called? I don't know if anyone remembers the first half of us playing this, and I mentioned, like at one point I'd planned that a sequel for Lorna Baines would be that she moves to Chicago and that there'd be a museum thing involved. But the big thing about it was like, it was like the Scepter of Sapa Inca, and it was like this. The whole, not that it exists, but the whole idea of it was that like it was a stick to punish the unrighteous, and so the killer wanted it, and because he was like, there's all this corruption around me, I must get this scepter and basically kill the shit out of everyone
because I see them all as guilty. So he actually had a reason for wanting it. Detective O'Reilly, he just wanted to sell it. He just wanted the money. Who was the woman involved in stealing paintings from the old masters gallery? Me, it's a 7-year-old being like, the fuck is going on here? I missed all of this. Well, that was the Countess Water Closet. Based on what we know now, your assumptions are correct. Miss Bow, good work. Who was the man involved in stealing paintings from the old masters gallery? Well, that would be Lawrence Ziggy Ziegfeld. Oh, wait. Oh, so they wanted Wartney. They didn't want Ziggy. So technically, this should be both. I mean, both of them were dead. Can I go back? I want to go back. I'm going back. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, obviously I did enough that, but I want to have the actual proper, and I knew everything. I just, I don't know what I clicked in there. It was just like, yeah, Laura got everything right, but I want to have the actual correct messages. I want the real thing. Yeah, there you go. We're not far from it. We're just gonna go through the tunnel with Steve, the tunnel of love with Steve again. Yeah, no, he wants the dagger for financial gain. I was saying that this was a game that I wanted to make. Hang on, I clicked the wrong option. There we go. Yeah. Laura said a bunch of random stuff and now Steve's going to jail. And everyone applauded it. Oh, I wonder if you... I mean, like, you probably can't. I'm pretty sure that would just be, Laura, you're wrong. But imagine if you could actually frame everything on Steve. And it would actually be like, yes, we think you might be correct. Yeah, so we just need to go up the tunnel again. We can click through the thing pretty quickly. We just have to... Oh! Come on, Steve! Follow me up the hole! Laura Bow 3, Steve's Revenge. That sounds like a fan game that would actually exist. I mean, I heard today about the breasts of Rosella. What do they call the breasts of Rosella? But basically, it's a fan version of King's Quest 4, where Rosella just has her tits out the entire time. You know, as you do. Of the yeah, it should be of the churchgoers. Always remember the breasts of the churchgoers. I don't know if Steve's Revenge would be revenge as much as being like in Incel Quest. Because again, he's done some pretty creepy things to get here. Rats, stay where you are. Yeah. Laura, you got that cheese? You gotta cheese it up. Oh, I'm sorry, Alkia. It will be there on the VOD. Congrats on catching Steve! Yeah. I mean, I know it is Detective O'Reilly. We all know it's Detective O'Reilly. But I'm just wondering if, you know, if you could try and make the logical leaps. Like, try and link it to actually give Steve a motive for any of this. But the thing is that No, the intro pretty much denies it all. I've been drawing you, Laura. I mean, you should technically do the same thing with Detective O'Reilly. I've been drawing you, Laura. You're my new Yvette. It's like, you could be the best that Tulane's ever think. At the same time, maybe answer the questions correctly. Yes, you already answered all these. Whoops! Almost put Ziggy as the person who killed Ziggy. Now, would you call that financial gain, or would that cover another crime? I think technically you could just say, cover another crime. Financial gain probably works just as well. I mean, yeah. Sorry, this version of it is very what's it called? Horn forward. Alright, the water closet. Whatney Little. Now, I mean, it is Whatney Little, but whether or not they'll be like, no, there's Archibald Carrington III. No, it is Whatney. Good. Thank you. There we go. He's the middleman. That's what they wanted. Who was the middleman who provided forged paintings for the Countess and sold the real ones for her? Shit! Look, we know that I was going to say the correct thing. It's just like the text disappeared when I was clicking through it. We ain't doing all that again. Here we go. Alright. Who is the leader of the cult? Ramses Niger. Oh, wrong voice. Ramses Niger. That's correct, Miss Bow. You're very observant. Oh, shit. You missed the question. Oh, who was in the fencing business? That was any Leech. That is a correct assumption. Mr. Leech was moonlighting his own business as a fence installer. In fact, he put up a very nice fence around my house. You all thought that he was... Oh, I have one final piece of evidence to present, Mr. Coroner. I have an eyewitness who only feels safe to come forward if I establish my case against Mr. O'Reilly. Now I've done so, let me introduce you to Dr. Patricia Smith of the Cairo Museum. Hi, Serlin. Hello, everybody. Dr. Smith's quite safe with us. Many thanks. I was in the Egyptian ceremonial room underneath the museum when the Detective O'Reilly killed two of my fellow sun worshippers. I saw with my own eyes how he gunned them down without mercy when he tried to stop him from chasing Miss Bow. However, we only managed to slow him down. His hood fell back briefly, revealing his evil face to us as he slaughtered our people. That son of a camel should not be allowed to run free upon the sands. Will you testify in court to what you've seen, Mr. Smith? Happily, sir, my dead fellows expect their revenge, although Amon Ra will certainly destroy Mr. O'Reilly's car when he journeys through the underworld. I'm not qualified to give my opinion on Mr. Riley's spirit in the next world, Mr. Smith, but I'm sure your testimony will help your dead friends sleep peacefully. Thank you for coming forth. I'm sorry, were you guys going to sacrifice her?
I must admit I'm quite impressed with your methods, Miss Burr. Not only did you identify the murderers of the unfortunate business, but you also uncovered the skullduggery involving the Amon case. Our case is very strong now. Prosecution can begin. It's a shame you didn't know about Ziggy. New York Police Department owes you a debt of gratitude for your assistance in apprehending these malefactors. I'm sure that a commendation of valor from the police department is in order. Thank you for your help, Chiggy Babe.
It's interesting that malefactors literally contains male factors in it. I'm just saying. It's always the men that are the factors. Laura Bow solves dagger theft and museum murders. Here's a picture of me on the front paper. I'm gonna send it to my dad. I'm proud of me. It's all that lousy reporter's fault. Imagine if this was Steve, he'd just be like, I didn't do nothing. Damned interfering Laura Bow. Does she think she can get away with squealing at me, does she? I just asked her out on a date. Well, she's got another thing coming. She's not getting a sequel. You hear me, Laura Bow? You'll pay for this by not getting a sequel. I've lost my legs. If it's the last thing I'll ever do.
And I would have got away if it hadn't been for that meddling kid. You're 100%.
And here's the red herring now. Laura? Yes, Steve? Thank you for waiting, Laura. I didn't mind. You just got here, Laura. We saw you walk up. Laura, could you close your eyes? Oh, I suppose. I'm sorry, I just know this speech really well. Yes. Do you mind closing your eyes, Laura? Like an absolute creep! I got something for you. Oh, I suppose so. Oh, Steve. You shouldn't have. I went in and got it for you, just like that, you know, the heart of the ocean. Do you like it? Steve, how could you? How could you stolen the dagger? Well, I saw that Britney Spears music video. I bought a copy. Yeah, it's a copy. I thought you might like a memento of our big night in the Linedecker Museum. Our big night. You were there too, you creep. I love you, you creep. Oh, thank you, Steve. I'm so embarrassed. You're beautiful when you blush, Laura. Laura? Yes, Steve. Would you consider joining me for dinner this coming Saturday? Oh, if you get some new shoes, I suppose so. I'm not sure if I don't know if I really... Yes, I will, Steve. I'd be delighted. Laura, you've made me very happy. You can't tell it by my face. Oh, Steve. Oh, Laura. Oh, Steve! Oh, Laura. I'm sorry, it's just, I know this bit so well, and it's just like, Oh, Steve! Laura, I gotta get back to work. Bye. Since his skeleton was so neatly cleaned by the dermisted beetles, Dr. Carrington's bones will still be on display at the Linedecker Museum. Oh, Olympia, you crazy wacky kid. Is this just waiting for me to click on it? I think it's waiting for me to click. Yeah, it's waiting. Yvette Delacroix died plastered. Her remarkably lifelike statue... No, it doesn't! It's been broken! And there's no way it would stop rotting! Her memory lives on in the minds of all she touched. Her sculpture is a tribute to Ryan O'Reilly, 1926. Again... It wasn't thick enough to stop her from running. It's broken. They're not going to dip her back into plaster. Ain't no way. Ain't no how. Pleased at your success of finding his Dagger of Amon-Ra and his Dr. Pippin Carter now rests in peace. Dr. Pippin Carter's body is transported to Egypt by his cousin and now occupies a place in archaeological honor in the Temple of Amon-Ra in the Valley of the Kings. They set him on fire. Due to your success at recovering the Dagger of Amon-Ra and finding the murderer, Wolf Heimlich continued as chief of security at Lane Decker Museum. 2 months later, he was married to Olympia Miklos. Yay! Because, like, what's it called? If you don't find the dagger, he loses his job. It's sad. 2 years after they were married, Wolf and Olympia had a child they named Morgana Wolf Heimlich. Yes! Having died in the course of the story, Wardening Little's life of crime came to an abrupt end. As he was not a nice man, nobody missed him. If Yvette had lived, maybe. Due to finding your success at recovering the Dagger of Amon-Ra and finding the murderer, Dr. Olympia Miklos married Wolf Heimlich, who continued as chief of security at the Decker Museum. There's nothing about her job. I mean, like, what's it called? I would have liked it to have been like, hey, she did awesome. She became I'd love it if she became the next president of the museum. 2 years after that, yeah, it's just like, she had a job, but it wasn't about her job, it's just like, she now has success. The whole thing was just like, her partner's job was at risk. She continued to be an interesting weirdo. As fond as he was of Lydecker, Ernie Leach noted in his will that he wanted his body donated to the museum. His body now resides in numerous jars of alcohol. Oh god, Olympia, why? In the new Hall of Internal Biology, adjacent to the Hall of Late Mammals. Olympia. 100% Olympia. Dr. Patasha Tut-Smith finally gave up on getting the Dagger of Amon-Ra returned to Egypt. However, once it continued its US and European museum tours, it returned to the Cairo Museum anyway. He should have just waited. So several years later, Tut died a happy man, even though his death was the result of an Egyptian cobra bite on his weenus. After losing his head in the museum, Ziggy found himself unable to continue his criminal career. His head has been preserved, and is now on display at the Life Mask Museum exhibit at the Decker Museum. Oh, Olympia, like, these are all like, Olympia's just like, get the gloves, Wolf! They've given me the bodies, Wolf! Get the gloves! Ramses Najir continued his successful career as an accountant and head of the secret, not so secret, Egyptian cult of Amon-Ra. With his strong high society ties, his accounting business made Ramses a millionaire in 15 years. Plantic is just a murder palace. But it's not, she doesn't do the murders, she just has fun with them afterwards. And I don't mean sexual. Having died of a cobra bite, the Countess Lavinia Watercloset did not live long enough to inherit any money from her last husband, Sterling. Although thoroughly impressed with your success as a reporter, your editor Sam Augustini nominated you for the Pulitzer Prize and was presented with your citation of valor from the police department. He took it on your behalf. Sam retired 10 years later to become a gentleman cabbage farmer, fulfilling a lifelong secret dream. Pleased at your success, Crodfellow T. Rhubarb was happy to become your assistant. No, I would just be like, we're friends now, baby. At the New York Daily Register News Tribune. Henry Lamotte, the coroner, continued his successful career studying dead bodies for the next 50 years. Finally retiring in 1976 to tour with the rock band, The Ungrateful Dead. He was good friends with Olympia Miklos and said, hey, if you need any bodies, you know where I am. Low Fat continued in the laundry business, eventually opening a chain of low-fat Chinese laundries across the country and becoming a millionaire in the process. Former Detective Ryan Hallahan O'Reilly was sentenced to 60 years in state penitentiary. Having been a cop, O'Reilly found it hard to make friends in prison, but I'm sure he made some somehow. After your successful completion of the museum assignment, you started dating Steve Dorian. Then you realized he was a creep and dumped him.
Thrilled with your success, John Bow spent the rest of his life telling people what a wonderful daughter you were, and how he taught you everything he knew about criminology, and he was your ghost dad in the first game. After your recovery of the Dagger of Amon, it went back on display at the Lane Decker Museum. The large amount of press coverage drew many patrons to see the museum to see the Dagger. After 2 years on display at the Lane Decker, the Dagger exhibited continued on a tour of museums in the United States, Europe, and then finally found its way back to the Cairo Museum in Egypt. And here's the credits! You win! And now watch Laura die. Out of context.
I want to marry an archaeologist and keep his artifacts warm.
That's a big gun.
I travel with him through jungle and desert, weather of every sort. If he wants me to, I'll burrow and dig, on burials small and castles big. Oh, I want to marry an archaeologist, won't a marvel it be? Mommy would love him and Daddy too. We'd be famous and well-to-do. Oh, I want to marry an archaeologist. Ba-ba-da-duck-a-doo, swahoo. I could duck-a-doo. Ooh, we played peekaboo. Woo!
I bet they would play peekaboo if you know what I mean. Oh, Lord dies again. Yay, Josh Mandel! I thought Bruce wrote this. Bruce has designed it, I guess. And I thought Jane Jensen did the dialogue? No, Jane Jensen did the manual, I believe. So that just said that Lorelei Shannon was doing additionals. It's such a good soundtrack. Chris Brayman doing his absolute best. Russell Truelove. Oh. Good work, everybody. And the lip sync. Deanna Yalke, y'all. Whoa. Every lip shape that Laura has in quick succession. And of course, Rick Spurgeon and Orpheus. Hey, Laura's got an axe. Laura's got an axe. Laura's got an axe. Yeah, you better run, Mr. X. Yes, Wolf. Laura's about to get hit by a car. Sorry, I just really know Laura's I'm about to get hit by a car stance. Oh, for some reason I didn't realize that Dr. Pippa Carter was Bruce Balfour. Ah, and of course we've got Cedric here as Ramsey in the gym. Oh, and he was also John Bow. Well, I figured we might have a look just and pick our next game. Because it's only 11. I could go for another hour. Probably though, out of if Nick's still going, we'd be going Nick because we love the Nick. Bruce Belfort was the designer of this game. It was like the credits just suddenly went,